The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Danny McCray, Heckma Harrison, and Newey Scruggs.
It is Monday, Players Lounge. Let's ride.
Cease and desist.
Heckma Harrison is here for you on a Victory Monday.
I see you, big dog. I see you.
This finger. Oh, this is my finger.
Oh, man.
Cowboys have returned from Los Angeles, California.
I love it.
With a win.
I love it.
I know that flight was amazing on the way back. Had to be.
Players Lounge brought to you by Tostitos. You know the crew. Danny McCray.
He's booked.
Heckma Harrison.
I'm in the business.
Barry Church.
Should
I'm
have his
Newey
box
Scruggs. Heckma Harrison picked the Cowboys to win. Heck, you went 21-10. Cowboys
21-10.
win. D-Mac, you picked the Cowboys to win 27-20.
Yeah.
I picked the Cowboys to win 21-17. What you do, young man?
Ruh-roh.
I picked the Rams. I did. I picked the Rams to go out there and get a dub, and they didn't. They took an L, just like I took an L. But, you know, it's all good, though.
24-21. You had them scoring 3 touchdowns on this defense.
Yeah, man.
Whoever gave up won a game.
Yeah, man. I did. But,
Won a game. He say 3-0.
and they held to it, too.
But
they
you
gave
know-
up that one time.
But you know what, though? You know what? Barry Church was the one at the beginning of the season saying he wasn't sure about Dan Quinn and his defense in year number 2. Because usually
I did say that.
it's difficult for a defense to play that well in 1 year and do the same thing or even better in the next year. And that's why he said 3 touchdowns. But I know you believe in him now, though.
I believe in him. He's doing well. Man, that defense is flying around. I got to give kudos where kudos is due. The defense is flying around right now.
What really just boggles my mind is that if you want to have a good, intelligent football conversation,
Get him hit.
Barry Church is the guy to talk to. I mean, he understands scheme. He understands players. He breaks it down so well, and he's so eloquent with how he puts it together. But then when you put him to fire, he's just he just something come out. You go, what was that, BC?
Just lift him up to knock him down.
Man.
No. I was lifting him up, but it was like when we went to pick and he said Rams, I was like, dog, all week long it looked like you was building them up. And then you come in here and I say, BC, I know you see it. Hey, I just can't get into it. Yeah. Wow.
Did I say the defense was championship caliber?
You did say
I
that.
said that.
You did say that.
I did say that.
Man, Barry, come on, man.
Now we talking about a different team now.
No, but Barry, all week, this is my plot in life. This week is to change your pick. Change you from
Nah,
over where you at to bring. I'm telling you, dog, we're gonna do film study or something together. We gotta get this thing together because you know it. You know it's true.
You know who they seeing though. You know they going up to the link, right?
I do.
You know they going up to the link.
We up by 24.
And we ain't going against the third string center and the second string guard.
We get out the plane.
You know we ain't doing that, right? We going against one of the best offensive linemen, offensive line in the NFL.
Before we get out the plane. And what I'm hearing.
Here we go.
You think I'm
you got the tasty cakes ready?
You think I'm gonna eat the cake?
You got the tasty cakes ready? Yeah, you got. Hope you got them ready.
You still got that same stuff in there. Whatever bottle that is, you got the same stuff in there.
You got it.
Y'all think I'm gonna eat the cake?
Yeah,
I ain't gonna eat the cake.
I think we should just celebrate what we did to the Rams before you get on to your craziness about Philly.
Y'all think
that's
I'm
a
eating
different
cake?
monster. That's a different monster.
Don't want to hurt your feelings in here, but it ain't happening.
That ain't this and this ain't that. Right?
I got him. I got him, America.
You were not alone, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Kalishaw of the Dallas Morning News picked the Rams. John Machota on Media Mash, he picked the Rams. Clarence Hill from the Star Telegram picked the Rams 17-13. So you were not alone in terms of people saying, hey, look, we think that the Cowboys are going to go out to Los Angeles and take a loss. But I also think, and we spoke about it here, and while we didn't go to the game, you could hear it. It was a home game. We said it'd be a home game.
I mean, you see every single call that happened out there. The fans, I'm like, oh, man, it went against the Cowboys. No, that was for the Cowboys.
It was loud.
Man.
Through the TV loud.
It was real.
And Mickey Spagnuolo was talking about it on Mix Shots right here on DallasCowboys.com radio about how he was there. He said the 400 section was a Cowboy town. That was another thing for me, Heckman, which I took out. This is going to be a home game for them. out in Los Angeles, and I thought it was a must-win. A conference team, and you're getting ready to go to Philadelphia. You had to get this one.
No, and you know what? I'm not going to take any credit because D-Mac has been saying it all week. What do we have to do? We have to get behind this running game, to a fault even. And we saw him do it. And I even seen him run the ball 3 times in a row, and then there was a holding penalty that backed it up. And I was like, boy, this was what just happened. We just ran the ball 3 times in a row.
On third down, multiple times.
Multiple times, that happened. And, man, I just feel as though, obviously, 102 yards passing is not going to get it done. Now, on no level, because – you're going to run into a situation. That's why I was talking about last week about Rush, Cook, because he's going to be in a situation where he has to throw for more than 102 yards. But the way that defense is playing, dog, we own something real special right now. And I don't know when, for me, and I know Cowboy Nation, a lot of people get nervous, like, can I be happy now? Should I really root for my team? I feel like something's coming. No, dog, we that. We finally got that defense. We finally got that player, BC. I told you, dog, when we traded you away to Jacksonville, it hurt my heart, dog. I wanted them to sign you so bad, but Lord have mercy. This wasn't a little special. We got something special.
Listen, hey, man, stop bringing up this late Rush Cook stuff, okay?
No.
Stop bringing that up. We saw it in the game that
you're going to have to.
No. First of all, you're not going to have to because I believe that my man Ford will be back really soon.
How soon are we talking about?
2, you don't have to because your defense, just like we saw in the game, can score for you and get you back in the game. You down by 10, you down by 14, you block a punt, or you get a sack, forced fumble for a touchdown, you back in the game. Now, you waste that opportunity if all of a sudden you go 3 and out, trying to throw the ball, and then you let them extend the lead to 21 and 28.
It's the wording that I think is getting the pushback. So let me take the wording out.
So stop saying let.
No. You're going to have to demand more from your quarterback at some point in this season if Ford can't come back within the next 3 weeks, basically. You may be in a situation where he has to have more than just 102 yards passing. That's all I'm saying. But to win a game.
But he's done the opposite. But he's had more than 100 yards in previous games.
Right.
And this was a game where he needed to do exactly what he did in that game to win. So I think he's been adaptable depending on the flow of the game and if we're up, if we're down. I think he's been able to do exactly what we need him to do. And I don't see an instance where he won't be able to go out there and make big-time throws when we need him to throw to Gallup. It's a big-time throw, big-time catch. The first one that he dropped, big-time throw in a big-time situation, he just ended up dropping the ball. Like, these are times where you say, all right, Cooper Rush can really do it if he needs to.
I'll give him this, man. I'll give him this because, Cooper Rush, I wasn't the biggest fan on Rush out here, but like you say, D-Mac, the man, when the time comes to make a play, he seems to make the play. You look at that New York Giants game. The Giants scored. I think they were up like 13-7 or something like that. The Cowboys needed a drive. Who came through with the clutch throws and the clutch drive? Cooper Rush did. Same thing with this L.A. Rams game. Rams go up from a long game from Cup. Rush battles back and gets them in scoring range, and they score. So, to me, the guy has, the ability, and he has made some plays out there. But to your point, eventually it's going to have to come to a point where the quarterback's going to have to do a little bit more than just 100 yards and maybe one touchdown here and there to win the game. And we'll see what happens when that time comes.
Players Lounge brought to you by Tostitos. You got Barry Church, played for the Cowboys, Heckma Harrison. Your K-State Wildcats.
Did it again.
Good for you. Good for you. Sorry about you.
Yeah, boys, we took one on the chin.
They changed the time. They changed the time. See, if it was in the eat.
No. We had no shot. Them Tennessee boys,
they real.
They real.
Oh, okay.
They real this season. I got nothing for them. Just like I give Philly they props, I'm gonna give Tennessee they props too. Yeah. I'm gonna keep it real.
They had a good one.
Good for you.
Got a big one this week. I'm Newey Scruggs. So you got 10 first downs by the Cowboys offense.
Yes, sir.
Got it done this week. Got it done last week against the Rams. Going to need more than 10 in Philadelphia. You're going to need more than 10. As far as passing yards, the total was 76. Rush, 10-16 for 102 yards. QBR rating of 16.6. QB rating overall of 80.7. He did his job. He did enough. And the Cowboys defense, once again, they were the key. The running game we've talked about. Kellen Moore's doing what Mike McCarthy said he needs to do. 163 yards of rushing in the game. Tony Pollard, 8 rushes, 86 yards, had the long 57-yard touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 22 carries for 78 yards. And Twitter once again wants to make Tony Pollard the number one running back. And I just shake my head because how many plays later we saw Jalen Ramsey come straight through and try to kill Cooper Rush? He was about to see your boy Will Greer if Ramsey was bigger. Tony Pollard is a good running back in the right role. He is Robin.
He's a change of pace back.
He's Robin. You need Zeke to be Batman, and Zeke keeps punching you. Now all of a sudden, here comes Sneaky right here with Tony Pollard, and he's able to take advantage of it. But please, people, stop disrespecting what Ezekiel Elliott brings to football teams. This football team, the man blocks, he makes the tough yards, he does his job. I'm sorry you want him to be 2016 Zeke. That's not going to happen. But 2022 Zeke, that's sitting here getting it done, what the coaches ask him to do, that kid went out there and did his job, man. I'd like for people to give a little more respect and show that you have a football IQ for what that got brought.
How good is Zeke that you can line up with 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter and get into your 4-minute offense? Yeah. I'm talking about 9 minutes left in the game, and I'm sitting there saying, this game over. This game is over with because you start seeing them lean forward. I know he had 22 carries. I don't even count the last 3 because they were just handing it to him just to clock it, like not necessarily needing any yards. Another win for the Cowboys when Ezekiel Elliott has at least 20 carries.
Yeah, 20 plus.
That is what you want from your running game, especially when you got your backup quarterback in there. It's 9 minutes left in the game, y'all. This is the defending Super Bowl champs. Cooper Kupp over there, Matthew Stafford over there, and you 9 minutes left saying, you know what? It don't even matter. We probably gonna hold the ball for the next 6 minutes. Because Ezekiel Elliott is going to run through these dudes like he's been doing the whole game.
He's your tenderizer, man. He beats down that defense over there, and after a while, especially, McCray, Heck as well as a defender, man. When you go against that battering ram, each and every down they hand it off to him, it starts to wear on you. That third, that fourth quarter, you see defensive linemen. In the first quarter, they were shedding that block and making the tackle. Nah, when it comes to that fourth quarter, you like, I'm gonna stick here a little bit. Let me show you a little effort. Let me stick that arm out and show you a little bit of effort there. But they don't want none of that. They want none of that. And then when you talk about Pollard's, that big run he had, you talk about that big run, it's because of that change of pace. As a defender, you're used to seeing, all right, here comes Zeke, lumbering, bumbling through the hole. I got time to get off of there and get to him. But then you're used to that timing as it goes on. Here comes Pollard hitting the hole like a lightning bolt out there. And you're like, man, what the heck just happened? You saw when I think who was at the guard. Was that Farniak at the guard against Aaron Donald when on that long run? You saw Aaron Donald fight. He had enough time to get over there, but Pollard hitting the hole like lightning, he ain't got the time. And it comes to you like that. It comes to you like in a blur. And as a defender, that change of pace is deadly. And as we see, this thunder and lightning combo with Zeke and Pollard is paying off.
Yes, he got exactly enough carries. Tony Pollard did. I'm just telling you, the people who you should trust up there are Mike McCarthy now and Skip Pete. Right? Skip Pete has had some great running backs. And there's a reason why Zeke is getting 22 and Tony Pollard is getting 8. It ain't because they got something against Tony Pollard. It's because the coaches know exactly what they have and what they're good at. And that's been the theme of this team, to put guys in position. I think Jerry said that. Put them in position that they're going to be able to make the plays, do what they do best.
Y'all said it all, man. There's nothing to add. That's just an argument for sports fans to talk about why Tony Pollard should be this or that. These guys work good together, and the amount of carries that he had was just enough. And we've had inconsistency from Tony Pollard in games where we've needed the production to be there. We already see that the blocking needs to increase, but I'm sure that they don't want to tip their hand when he's in there on whether it's a pass or whether it's a run, and that's sometime where the liability comes. But film study, those are things that I believe is going to help him to further his career as a blocker in the NFL. But I want to turn to the offensive line because Tyler Smith, a guy that we opened the season up talking about, a guy that's going from the frying pan to the fire. Yesterday he was back in the frying pan, all right? And credit to him for staying in, keeping his attitude right for 4 quarters because, man, you got to tell Tyler Smith that that's one of the best defensive players in the NFL. And lucky for him, the other one is actually on his team. So you won't have to see that guy again unless you make it to the playoffs. But that's just how good Aaron Donald is, and that's just how good Raheem Morris uses him. When I saw him out on the edge, we talked about it last week. What could be the mismatch? And that's Aaron Donald against Steele or Aaron Donald against Smith. And that's a scheme that a defensive coordinator used against us. And fortunately, it worked against us. But once we started getting that running game going and getting to the second level, man, those holes were opening up. And just, man, credit to Kellen Moore just being patient with 30 rushes in this game. And that's, like I said, that's just a testament to Kellen Moore, D-Max boy.
Mike McCarthy has asked
He becoming that guy.
Yeah.
He's becoming that guy.
Mike McCarthy has asked for this. What Kellen Moore is gaining is trust. Heck, why is he gaining trust? What are the three things?
It's three
requires, baby? What's it require?
I should know this by now. Come on, give it to me one more time. Time,
proof,
and
consistency.
And
So
Hey,
he's showing us.
I don't want y'all to short my guys. Okay, it's 3 guys, okay? It's 3 guys.
Who?
All right, it's Michael Parsons, it's Aaron Donald, and it's my guy T.J. Watt. I'm just saying it's 3 guys who left tackles and right tackles are like, hey, man, I don't want to see these guys.
Right.
And shout out to Michael Parsons for – he is a guy who then can, unlike those other 2, line up at the second level and play linebacker, and then move up front, and also be injured, and then get a sack for his fumble to win the game.
Let's dive more into Micah Parsons.
We're going to have a conversation?
And what he brought. I wanted to make sure we gave him a whole full segment on this, or to dive more into it, not be up against the clock. Skip Pete, by the way, said the little guy is always has bigger runs, and everyone's like, put him in. The key is they work good together, a two-headed monster. So Skip Pete talking about Tony Pollard, Ezekiel Elliott, which basically goes into what you said, Danny. The coaches know what's going on. They have an understanding of what their football team needs and how to win. Skip goes back to his time when he was with the Raiders, and they had Charlie Garner, the change of pace back, to go with Tyrone Wheatley. So and it worked for that Raider team. Ended up going to a Super Bowl. It can work. So there you go.
Got about a year left.
All right, let's take our first break. We come back. Micah Parsons not at 100%.
Y'all know I ain't lying either. He got about a year left. Y'all know when them contracts. Well, I'm just putting it out there.
Players Lounge brought to you by Tostitos right here on DallasCowboys.com radio.
With Smoothie King's original Angel Food and new Angel Food Slim without added sugar, you no longer have to choose between treating yourself and hitting your goals this summer. You don't have to choose between great taste and feeling great. Because at Smoothie King, every blend is made with whole fruits and no syrups, so you can satisfy your cravings without compromise. The only choice you will need to make is which one is best for you. Try our classic Angel Food or the new Angel Food Slim, blended without added sugar. Smoothie King. Rule the day.
Attention Cowboys fans looking for the best shave of your life. There's a new official razor of the Dallas Cowboys, Shave Logic. Imagine not having to buy blades as often and getting more smooth shaves than your old razor, guaranteed or your money back. After more than 10 years of research and over 150 company patents, ShaveLogic is proud to offer Cowboys fans a special offer. For a limited time, visit ShaveLogic.com and get a free $10 gift card with your purchase. Go to ShaveLogic.com now for more smooth shaves guaranteed.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. You hear that? I'm a torrential downpour. Torrential? What's that even mean? It means you can't see out of your windshield. And if you have the wrong car insurance, you might have to make it rain to fix your bumper. So switch to Allstate, save money, and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Based on coverage and limits selected, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Mark your calendar for the fall sip and stroll in the Star District on Wednesday, October 12th from 6 to 9 p.m. Guests will enjoy sips from over a dozen participating restaurants and shops while enjoying live music, exclusive promotions, and limited edition tasting glass, and more. Get your tickets for $15 at thestardistrict.com.
Heckma Harrison with the read here on the Players Lounge. You got Barry Church and Danny McCray, two former Dallas Cowboy players. Heckma Harrison, did your North Texas Eagles had the
had the week off? Had the week off? Yeah, had the week off.
K-State won, so you okay?
Yeah, I'm
so
good.
You're undefeated.
I'm good. My other boys.
There you go.
I got some other boys. I'm like you. I got two teams.
No, I got one team. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what.
His other boys week.
That's crazy. Week. The one guy that said he is automatically picking against the Cowboys against the Eagles.
That's all right.
And you said that it's my team?
No, just the way you've been building them up.
He's been uplifting them for about 3 weeks now.
I give all teams they due respect. If they playing well, then they playing well. I ain't gonna take nothing away from
Who you picking on
You
Friday?
the one over
Who
here.
you picking on Friday?
Hey man, I got to see who playing. I got to see who playing. I see how I feel at the end of the week.
What does your gut tell you
today
right
ain't
now?
Friday. That's what my gut tell me.
Got him again.
My gut tell me today ain't Friday. I can't wait to eat them tasty cakes.
I ain't eat no tasty cakes because we're going to be about 20.
Is this the first real test for the boys outside of Tampa Bay?
Wow.
I'm asking a question.
I don't think so.
I'm asking a question.
I think the Rams coming off that loss last week was a test.
I got to ask y'all a question. This is an honest question. Last season, you know how they moved the goalposts on us all the time? Y'all win 12-5, but y'all ain't play nobody. Y'all didn't beat anybody. In this little 5-game stretch, have we played anybody that we can pound our chest and say we beat them?
Yes.
I mean, it was two teams in the Super Bowl last year. The Bengals in the game the Sunday. Can we say, that's a quality victory?
Okay, the Bengals were favored. The Giants were favored. The Rams were favored.
I'll give you New York for sure. I don't know how they were favored. They were third, center?
You don't give us the Bengals? You don't give us the Bengals? The Bengals
I didn't think the Bengals.
The Bengals were favored coming here. I mean,
none of this mattered until the end of the season. Like I always say, what a team did the previous year has nothing to do with. So you could come in and game one and say that Tampa's favored or whatever. It don't matter. It's a whole different team. So I'm not saying we didn't play nobody. At the end of the year, we'll be able to say, hey man, that team was a good team. That team was a playoff team, just like we do every year. How many playoff teams did they end up beating last year? That's when you find out if a team's good or not. I'm not saying that they bad teams. There's one undefeated team in the league. And that team is the Philadelphia Eagles. So if we saying that we good and we got one loss, then we got to at least give them some credit for being a good football team.
So the two teams that were in the Super Bowl last year, we beat them. So I'm just.
We ain't the only teams to beat them.
I'm just saying, but
they've been beat by multiple teams.
But we beat them.
Yeah. Beat them. I'm saying, but they've been beat by multiple teams, so it's not like they undefeated.
So whoa, that's a good point. So then when we throw this L on the Eagles, and they hadn't lost to nobody, then that's when I can pound my chest there?
I didn't say you couldn't pound your chest. I'm saying that you talking crazy with this up by 20 and not giving
up by 20, D-Mac. What part of this on that makes sense, man? We already got a bet. We done already froze it out. What are we talking about still?
And you can't drink no water while you eating them tasty cakes.
Man, come on with that, man.
You got to savor that. You got to savor that. You got to savor that whole treat. You got to savor that whole treat. Put the water and Gatorade over there.
That's right. Taste it. His other boys.
We need to let the viewers and listeners understand the whole bet. Okay, so here on the Players Lounge, Heckma Harrison has said and declared the Cowboys will be up 20 when they get off the plane.
We're going to beat them by 20. So you say what you want.
Our bet with Heckma is that the Cowboys are not up by 20 points at any point in this game. It's not about wins or losses. They are not up 20 points in this game. Heckma's going to have to eat tasty cakes, a Philadelphia dessert treat staple, on the air.
They got to be up by 20 and win by 20.
I just said up by 20.
That's both. I'm talking about both.
You got to be both. I thought it was just if they had 1 point or winning by 20.
Okay, however y'all want to do it.
We
give it to you because you the one going to be eating the tasty cake.
Just know.
How do you have this thing?
Listen, man.
Up to by 20 or win by 20? What you got?
We're going to dominate the hell out of this Philadelphia Eagles team that everybody think is so big and bad, man. They got faults of their own. And this Jalen Hurts.
Answer the question.
At some point, we're going to be up by 20.
Up by 20.
We're going to be up by 20. And when the clock hits 0, we gonna win by 20.
I'm good with that.
doubling
I'm
down.
good with that.
What you talking about?
I'm
I
good with
said
that.
what I said.
Yeah, he said what he said. Again.
Yeah. Come
Call
on,
that
dog.
with it, dog. Call that with it,
Look, man.
dog.
Hey,
Y'all the only one
the
don't
man believes in
this team.
himself.
I believe. I believe.
Bye.
This is going to be one of the best teams we
Do we get to choose the tasty cake, or you want to choose?
In Philly.
Man,
You
listen.
want the donuts? You want the cinnamon roll?
No, this was
You
so
want the
crazy
crimpet?
about it. This
What
was
you
so
want?
crazy about
What
it.
you want?
I'm not gonna have to eat none of this, dog. I'm not gonna have to eat none of this, bro.
Okay,
He in the link.
So you just want me to bring them on in? You just want me to bring
Yeah,
them?
he might as well
Okay.
bring the man, man.
Okay, I'll just you ain't gonna
an
no choice.
assortment.
I'll just
An assortment of them things, too. Damn.
Hunting.
Hey. He
What's
believes
his
in
name?
it.
He said he just don't like the Eagles, so we understand it. It's not real.
It's just.
It's not real.
Michael Parsons, by the way, has a groin issue. We saw him hurt in the football game. Still came up with 2 sacks, which you guys played. I don't know how you get into the quarterback and you know
With a groin injury.
and it's hurting right down there in that area, man. What an unbelievable talent. Assess what he did so people have an understanding of how dang near impossible it is to play this game with that type of issue and get to the quarterback in the fourth quarter in the moments when you need it the most.
Well, man, I'm going to tell you like this, man. The groin controls everything when you talking about football. Lateral movement, going forward. If you're pressing on somebody, you need that groin to be firing on all cylinders. So even if it's just a little bit compromised out there, you become a compromised player overall. But for some outstanding reason, this man can still power through 350-pound offensive tackles out there and get the job done. I mean, you seen the man limping off before halftime. He's limping into the back. I'm like, sure, I don't even know if he's going to come back. Then you see him on the bike pedaling backwards. I'm like, I don't know. I'd arrest him if I was them. And the man just goes out there and get 2 sacks, 1 forced fumble. I mean, to me, this dude is a freak. He reminds me, remember Curse back in the day? He used to call that man a freak. This man is the new age freak. I mean, whatever he does, it's just outstanding. Because you got that, like I said, the groin muscle you said in the back the last week was all jacked up, and he's still able to go out there and produce at an alarming rate, man. It's the comparisons to LT, I'm starting to believe are real deal, man. Real deal.
Yeah, listen, Michael Parsons is living up to all of the accolades and all the positive things that have been coming from every commentator, every sports analyst, every former player, because he went out there knowing every week he goes out there knowing that he's the guy who's going to get keyed on and still produces. And then he goes out there and gets hurt. He said, hey, coach, let me tell you something. I can't do all that running around, at linebacker, but I can get out there and rush. So just put me in there because I'm going to make it happen. Some dudes be like, nah, bro, you just chill because 80% you is not better than the guys that we have on the that are behind you. Not this dude. 80% you is still better than damn near everybody else that's on the football field except Aaron Donald. And he went out there and made the play. And you see that he was limited because all he could do at that point was rush around the edge and do the dip and rip. Yeah. And he made it happen. This dude, I seen a clip of Ty Bowles talking about a prized possession.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
All right. This is how defensive coordinators, offensive coordinators, our head coaches, this is what they see Michael Parsons as, the prized possession. I've never heard any other player since I've been playing talked about that way of like, hey, man, you got to stop them because if you don't, they're going to unleash their prized possession. And our main goal is to keep their prized possession from being used. That is one guy they're talking about. Yeah. One guy, Ty Bowles, we know he is highly respected as one of the best defensive coordinators in the game, period.
Super Bowl winning coordinator. What you got, Heck?
Hey, man, my Heck-isms and, my homerisms, y'all know how I feel about the big briefcase. Y'all know how I feel about the bazooka. I mean, I don't have – all this is going to get redundant. Just me telling you how bad this boy is, But I don't think we've ever had anything like this around here. And there are plenty of great players that have walked through this hallway as being a Cowboy. But I don't know which Greek philosopher said it. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. They obviously never seen Michael Parsons because he makes everybody on that defense better. And I'm not saying that these guys are not talented because they are. But these one-on-one matchups that you see these guys winning up front, when you see Tank Lawrence playing the way that he is, Osa Odigizua playing the way that he is, and come on, the punchline for everybody who has been Dorrance Armstrong, ball out yesterday. Yeah. All right? So this defense is getting behind the culture. Dan Quinn, the guy that we can't let out of the building, he has a toy that he is unleashing on the NFL. And everybody, just like you just said, man, this is the prized possession. everybody in their film study right now is saying, how in the hell do we stop number 11? Even when his groin ain't working, he shut the whole game down. He is wrecking whole games, and this is in his second year, dog. If he's right here, the potential for how great he's going to be as a player has to be up here.
Okay. So we've given him the platitudes that he deserves and he's earned, especially yesterday. Here's the question I'm going to ask. We'll start with you, Danny. When the guy's got a groin, what is the practice week like for him as they're trying to protect him and get him to Philadelphia for Sunday Night Football? What do you do?
What practice? What practice you talking? Hey man, no, you in there with Britt Brown. You getting as much rehab as you can. You watching as much film as you can, and if you can get out there for a walkthrough after your treatment, then you go out there and you get into a walkthrough. But you standing behind somebody watching everything that you need to watch, and then when that happens, I assume he's going to be playing a lot of rush. He's going to be playing on the defensive line a lot. If you're not in practice, being able to get those reads because Philadelphia's run offense is a little complicated. So you really need to be on your P's and Q's to be able to do that. But nah, man, hey man, unless he tells me I feel 100%, which we know is not going to happen, limited practice.
Yeah, he needs to be limited. You know, he might go in there for, a walkthrough here and there, like you said, just to watch and see these run fits. But, the groin is similar to the hamstring, man. Like when you do those things, the only thing you really can do to get it better is rest. You don't want to go out there and overwork it, and especially now coming off of that game, because I guarantee you that second half he was all adrenaline. His heart was pumping. I don't feel anything. I'm a warrior. But when you get on that plane ride, you got to the crib, that thing was thumping. I guarantee you that. So to me, he's got to rest. He's got to go through these walkthroughs, watch a lot of film on him, because the Eagles, they have a dynamic run system. They have a dynamic run game. That read option, that thing's killer. So he's gonna have to know, how to key in on that. So he's gonna have to do a lot of film work. But as far as practice is concerned, man, I see that man resting a lot.
A lot of massages. We'll see you Sunday night.
Okay.
I think I disrespected my guy. Hey, do you remember when we was over here and Vic and them was playing for the Eagles? And DeMarcus went over and got 4 sacks. We talking about game record, so I don't want to, overshadow my guy.
That guy. he was that guy.
Yeah, because that D-Ware, what Micah Parsons is to Dan Quinn is what D-Ware was to probably every defensive coordinator that he had. I know it's especially for Rob Ryan.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
And he will be going into Canton in August. I don't see how he does not get in the Pro Football Hall of Fame this time around here. Sam Mills ended up getting a spot because it was his last year on the ballot. There was some people sympathetic towards that, but hey, look, we don't want Sam to fall to the seniors committee, so they're like, Ware has more chances. I believe he'll get in this year and end up in Arizona for the Super Bowl when they announce the class of 2023. We got to get a break in here. The man who can't get out of the building may get out of the building. I'll tell you exactly why I feel this way, more so than ever. Danny McCray, Hackma Harris, and Barry Church. I'm Newey Scruggs. This is the Players Lounge, brought to you by Tostitos on DallasCowboys.com radio.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. You hear that? I'm a torrential downpour. Torrential? What's that even mean? It means you can't see out of your windshield. And if you have the wrong car insurance, you might have to make it rain to fix your bumper. So switch to Allstate, save money, and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Based on coverage and limits selected, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
Want to use what the pros use? How about the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black? Right now, you can get the Jack Black Starter, a curated collection of Cowboys locker room favorites for just $10 with free shipping. The starter includes 4 Jack Black skincare favorites, plus a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Go to getjackblack.com/Cowboys and use the code word TEAMJB. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys. The Jack Black Starter, $10, free shipping.
It's Smoothie King's original Angel Food and new Angel Food Slim without added sugar. You no longer have to choose between treating yourself and hitting your goals this summer. You don't have to choose between great taste and feeling great. Because at Smoothie King, every blend is made with whole fruits and no syrups, so you can satisfy your cravings without compromise. The only choice you will need to make is which one is best for you. Try our classic Angel Food or the new Angel Food Slim, blended without added sugar. Smoothie King, rule the day.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Limited tickets for the remaining home games of the 2022 Dallas Cowboys season at AT&T Stadium are available now. Visit DallasCowboys.com/tickets or SeatGeek.com, the official ticketing provider of AT&T Stadium.
He is Ekma Harrison.
That's me.
Danny McCray, Barry Church, former Dallas Cowboys players. Players Lounge brought to you by Tostitos. I'm Newey Scruggs. So, the most valuable asset you have right now, in my opinion, is Dan Quinn, your defensive coordinator.
Yep.
We had firing today. I've been talking about this. Carolina's owner, David Tepper, has fired Matt Rule as the head coach with good reason. They got drilled in Charlotte. You look out there, you see Bank of America Stadium. It's a bunch of red jerseys out there and blue seats. Folks were chanting, fire Matt Rule, so he's done it. I'm reading the Charlotte Observer, so I'm not stirring the pot here, heck. I'm just merely reading the Charlotte Observer, and they're talking about replacements and the next coach. And what's the first name they mentioned? Dan Quinn.
I bet. They better.
They went through about 4 more names. Then they mentioned Kellen Moore. So, what I've been saying before, and I was criticized by some guys on 105.3 The Fan asking Jerry about, Dan Quinn, worry about next year. Well, guess what? It's here now because if you're David Tepper, if you're doing it right, you're general manager, you should be contacting Dan Quinn's agent to at least inquire, what does he want to do, ... Be thinking about a staff we're probably going to bring in. Wouldn't you? If you were the owner of the Carolina Panthers, heck?
Of course. I mean, especially if you got one of the best coaches in the league that's out there. But if you're Dan Quinn, you're not even fielding those calls right now. You got
your agent.
Okay, your agent, whoever, and on top of this, and I believe, Barry, you made this point that let's not fool ourselves. One of the greatest head coach in the NFL, one of the greatest jobs, period. It's only 32 of them. Everybody want one of them. Dan Quinn has been one of them before. Fell up short 28-3. You know how to win the Super Bowl, right? So in this situation, does he want to be in a situation where he is set up to succeed or set up to fail looking at the roster? I'm feeling like, hey, I want to go somewhere where I got some guys that I can say, look, this is you can be the future of my team, or at least, and I don't know how the draft is going to shake out. I have no idea who's even in it. All right, but what I'm saying right now, maybe he's not in the position for that right now. However, if I'm in a situation right here at the Cowboys where our success, the road for us to go to possibly Arizona is all paved for us. We got everything going, and we're getting hot at the right time. I wouldn't leave. That wouldn't be my conversation, especially when I got one of the greatest defenders that I'm going to be coaching with the secondary and the cap space to maintain and keep the talent that I have. So, I mean, it just depends on how you look at it. Will he want one of those jobs? Absolutely, of course. But being in the driver's seat here at the Dallas Cowboys, the way that he is, and being paid the way that he is, I think he can afford to be patient.
Patient. And if you're patient, what do you want? You want to work for a dude that'll give you the keys, right?
Please do not bring up the McClay name in this. Just do not say. Don't say that again. Okay, just don't do that.
But what I'm telling you,
just don't do that.
If I'm Dan Quinn, and I go to, and David Tepper calls me, I'm like, you gave Matt Rule the keys to the kingdom. What'd that guy ever do? Nothing in the league. I'd have done something. I know this division. I done won games in this division. Been in your house and won me. So Dan Quinn, if he gets the job, is going to be in a position to not just take any job, but say, I want some juice with the job. Otherwise, he's got the beauty. I can stay here. I raise you this point where you say, I want to go to a situation where, you got something there.
Yeah.
This man came here. This was the worst defense we'd ever seen in Cowboys history. And look at what he did, turn it around.
But he had a quarterback. And he had receiver. He had offense. And you
bring up the next point I was going to make. You don't have a quarterback, which, by the way, makes you like about 10 franchises in this league that don't have one. Yeah. He'll have the ability and he'll have enough juice to say, I want to be able to go get someone. Matt Rule messed up because, one, you signed Bridgewater. That didn't work out. Then you traded a bunch of draft picks for Sam Darnold. Damn. Then you compounded that, traded a bunch of draft picks for Baker Mayfield. You should be fired. You should be fired. That's what Dan Quinn is.
How many draft picks they got left? Dan Quinn gonna walk into them with. And Chris McCaffrey might be gone. You
a fifth rounder. That's about it.
You must have got nothing up there, Carolina.
Hey Cooper, I got a job for you.
No,
Cooper, I got a job for you.
I tell you what, you go to work.
Oh man.
Hey, take Zeke with you while you talking, man.
Goodness. Yeah, shout out to DQ, man.
Yeah, it's starting. It's starting for DQ, and you know what? It's starting for Kellen Moore too. His name is still out there. But yes, Panthers fire Matt Rule. Charlotte Observer, first name they get into. They brought up two names. Is him, and then talking to some folks in Denver. Nathaniel Hackett. By the way, I think it's onlinebets.com, whatever. They actually moved Rule down and moved Nathaniel Hackett into the number one spot for the first coach to be fired.
Oh, they gonna do my boy Hackett like that?
Yeah.
In his first year.
Oh.
Hackett gonna get the hatchet?
If David Culley can get fired, Steve Wills can get fired, Rob Ziz can get fired after 1 year, how come this dude can't?
Man.
Russ can't cook, and that money they've got, he's not going anywhere.
The Chargers coach is really, that's a guy that needs to be on
holding
the hot
Herbert
seat.
back.
Gosh,
he's holding my boy back.
I'm just saying.
He's terrible.
340 and 2 TD on him, baby.
He holding my boy back. All right?
He's terrible. There's no.
He almost gave away the game last night.
I argue with Pat Donahue over Channel 5. I was like, your boy got a job. What did he do?
Nothing.
He was Sean McVay's defensive coordinator. I said, what did they win? Nothing. The dude who won, because that offense was limited in the Super Bowl one more time by Genie Sean McVay. Defense was played great, won it, and had to go out in the last possession. Raheem Morris can't get a job. Mm-hmm. But Brandon Staley gets a job, and out here gets a great quarterback, and tried to lose against the Browns. Man, this dude is not good. He's not good.
So back to your Dan Quinn thing, because I think this is something we're going to have to live with you for the rest of the season until he decides to stay. If you're Dan Quinn and you are coming home from a long day's work, take your shoes off at the front door, and you're thinking to yourself, baby, we got it pretty good around here. Look at how we got it. When he come into work, it don't get no better than this. Money-wise, career-wise, his trajectory, it can't do nothing but go up because of the culture-changing job that he's doing here and the talent that he has here.
Okay.
Why do you believe that Dan Quinn doesn't realize that he has it good in Dallas?
Because Dan Quinn also realizes that he went to the Super Bowl as a head coach, and he was this close to being able to win that game.
That's a great point.
And he wants another. I don't know him personally. I'm assuming him as a competitor, because that's what gets these coaches up to come to work in them. Are they happy to be around here and see that their system is getting these guys in position to be better players and possibly getting the Super Bowls? It's one thing to win it as a defensive coordinator. It's another thing to win that thing as a head coach, especially when you've tasted it, bro. He was there.
Yeah.
He was there.
He was one half away.
Yeah, bro. He was there. So I'm not saying Carolina, but there will come a time when Dan Quinn is going to leave to go get a head coaching job.
In every season, there's been coaches fired, and situations will turn it over. Like last season, obviously, like Newey said, he should have got the Denver job. Something's going to come available, all right? But I'm sure as he's sitting there, he's got to be saying to himself, man, this is right. What I got right now, boy, for the next 4 years, I could kill him.
Oh, that's a long time.
I could kill him. No. I'm just saying.
And then I was on your side.
No, wait a minute.
He's not thinking about the 4-year plan?
No, I'm talking about he's already been here 2 years.
No,
okay.
I thought you were talking about as of today.
Yeah.
Okay. He's sitting in his bed saying, I got another 4 years.
I can have the best defense in the league this year and years to come.
Yeah.
Okay? And if the way, how things change around here, okay, I could be the heir apparent since he's the guy we can't let out the building.
Man.
Okay, so
I wasn't even going there. Hey, man.
Whoa,
shout out to Big Mike. Shout out to Kellen for doing their thing. Because you were about to say something.
Time out. Hold up, dog. Y'all already know how I feel about Big Mike. That's my man. $100,000. I'm just telling y'all the way things change around here. If he can't be the guy that you let out the building, All right. Come on, do it.
Hey, Kellen Moore, Big Mike, man, y'all doing a hell of a job this season. Man, penalties straight.
See how y'all jump out the ball.
Offense straight. Because you was here, and then you just started going 4 years for Dan Quinn.
Hey, we can't let him out the building. I'm like, oh, here we go. Big Mike on the way out.
I want to I always know, I say these things, I know how you're going to come, so I want to make sure, I lay out my facts. The law can lay out facts. This is what Dan Quinn once said, and I was there at the press conference when he talked about it. He says, I love doing hard with a group of people. I love being at the game, in the line, right on it. Here's why I was pumped when Mike offered me the job and the opportunity to come join him. Having the chance and getting a chance to work with these guys is absolutely where I want to be. Very big chips on their shoulder. So that's when he came here and he talked about, I like doing tough things. He saw what this defense was. This was a challenge. I want the challenge here. Dan Quinn getting another job as a head coach is going to be the same thing. If it's the Carolina Panthers, if it's the Indianapolis Colts, if it's the Denver Broncos, it's going to be some challenges there. Mm-hmm. That guy likes that. And when you're the guy, you're one of 32 with a dude who's got unfinished business, lost in overtime. Heck, man, that's not going to go away.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah, let's get it here.
It's not going to go away.
Shout out to Big Mike. All right.
They didn't do it.
Coach of the year. Coach of the year right now.
So 2023, hey, enjoy him now, basically all I'm saying. Enjoy him now. Enjoy DQ now, man.
Well, I'll tell you, got it good here, baby. We got it good.
And Dorrance Armstrong, by the way, before we end the show, shout out to you. Here was a guy that the previous regime basically thought of him mainly as a special teams player. And this regime has found a spot for him and given him playing time, and he's taking advantage of it. And I know there were a lot of people who were like, oh, we got Dorrance Armstrong back. They were still crying about Randy Gregory. This young man made such an impact, and I was happy for him because he has turned out to be a very good player who Will McClay and company took out of Kansas once hit the fourth round. He's a good player at Kansas, and he's becoming a very good player here.
Legitimately the only player from KU that I can root for.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead.
All right.
Sorry.
Well, that's good for you.
Shout out to you, Dorrance Armstrong, man. You balled out.
Legit.
I mean, the whole team balled out, but
is he on a 1 year?
No.
He got a 2? Oh, he about to re-up. One more season balling, he gonna re-up.
And doing it.
Shout out. Let's go.
Before then.
I'm about to say, man,
it might be it. Hey, man, knock on the door. Yeah. I'm blocking punts. I'm getting sacks. I'm causing fumbles. What other guy you have on the roster that's doing that?
My boy done gave you 9 off the jump, basically.
Tomorrow's show, let's dive into the Cowboys' run defense. They did a nice job holding the Rams at 38. What are they going to have to do in order to get to the to stop Philadelphia? I'll bring in a sample tasty cake tomorrow for you, Heck, so we can go ahead and get that thing rolling. So,
eat the cake, Anime.
He is Mary Church, Heck Harrison, Danny McCray, I'm Newey Scruggs, for Chris Bean, Big Will, everybody, Jazzy, who's a part of putting this on. We appreciate you. It's DallasCowboys.com radio.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?